Bronchos Athletics were all over Kansas this week, with soccer playing last night in Wichita and Broncos football and volleyball heading up north this weekend. We'll start on the pitch. Last night, the Broncos concluded their regular season in the Sunflower State and earned their 10th win of the season in a dominant victory over Newman. The Chos brought the offense in Wichita, scoring 5 times in the shutout victory, with 2 goals scored by Rebecca George, her 9th and 10th goals of the season, one by Becca Tweedy, one by Madison Linavon, and one by Greta Likens. The Broncos finished the regular season with a record of 10-5-3 and finished MIAA play with a record of 7-2-3, good enough for 4th in the conference. So this means the Broncos will host a quarterfinal game this Sunday at 1 p.m. against 5th seed Northeastern State. The last time these two teams played, it was just 2 weeks ago, where the Broncos won 2-0 at Tom Thompson Field. Now over to the gridiron. Broncos football is heading up to Kansas this week, taking on a scrappy Washburn-Ichabod team. Despite being 2-7, Washburn is scrappy and competitive, with 4 of the Ichabod's 7 losses coming within 1 possession this season. The Broncos have a chance to do something they've never done before: win a share of the MIAA Conference Championship. But head coach Adam Dorrell isn't concerned about that just yet.
Honestly, it's a big game for our program. I think a little bit last week might have been guys were being a little bit too tight and looking ahead. Not intentionally. It's just, they want to do something special. And so we talked immediately Sunday and Monday. It's our job as coaches to keep them focused. So we're really trying to just focus on Washburn.
The Broncos will kick off at 1 p.m. at Yeager Stadium. To volleyball, in the second to last week of the regular season, the Broncos face familiar foes, this time on the road. First, volleyball heads to the Berg to take on the Gorillas. The Broncos swept the 10-12 Gorillas at Hamilton Fieldhouse the last time these two teams played, which was September 28th. Game time is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Then they'll go over to Wichita to battle the Newman Jets the following afternoon. The Jets have been struggling all season and have a miserable 3-23 record on the year. The chosen Jets will battle at 3 p.m. Saturday. Who's ready for Broncos hoops? Well, both the men's and Broncos basketball teams will be in action for the first time this weekend. We'll start at home, where the men's Broncos team will host the Central Region Challenge and begin their season against the University of Mary in North Dakota. Tip-off is tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Then the following afternoon, the Broncos host in-state opponent Northwestern Oklahoma State from the Great American Conference. The chosen Rangers will battle it out at Hamilton Fieldhouse at 4:30 p.m. on Saturday. The women's team go way up north to the land of 10,000 lakes, taking on 2 Minnesota foes for the Women's Central Region Challenge. First playing St. Cloud State at their place tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Then the following afternoon, it'll be horse versus horse as the Broncos battle the Mustangs of Southwest Minnesota State at 2 p.m. And finally, the Thunder went up to the Rocky Mountains to battle the Nuggets in a battle of division foes. And this game went down to the wire. We'll start off with Nikola Jokic over to Russell Westbrook, and Westbrook brings home the vintage slam. The Thunder legend turned back the clock last night with a 29.6 rebound and 6 assist performance. Next up, J-Dub with the lockdown coverage, and he gets the steal and he slams it home. Then after the Dort missed 3, Isaiah Joe with the rebound gets it over to Chet Holmgren, and he puts Jokic on a poster. But the Nuggets would rally. They're up 2 right now, and Peyton Watson gets a finger on the SGA driving layup. Westbrook may have gotten away with a foul too. Nevertheless, the Thunder fall 124-122 in the Rocky Mountains. The Thunder will look to bounce back from their first L Friday night back in Loud City, taking on the Houston Rockets and my personal GOAT, Steven Adams. Tip-off begins at 7 p.m. at the Paycom Center tomorrow night. And that's all the time I got for today. Back to you two at the desk.